Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unwrap the history of the traditional Christmas. The holiday feels ancient, right? Like it's steeped in these timeless customs. But what if I told you that a lot of what we think of as tradition is actually surprisingly new? Seriously, take a second. When I say traditional Christmas, what pops into your head? What are the sights, the sounds, the smells? Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably some of these classics, right? A decorated tree, lots of gifts, the whole family around a table for a big dinner. It all feels so timeless, like it's been this way forever. Well, here's the thing. The answer is kind of surprising. Most of the traditions we think are absolutely essential for a proper Christmas, they were pretty much invented, or at least totally reinvented, back in the 19th century. Yep, the Victorian era. So let's dig into how that all happened. Historians have this great term for it, invented tradition. And honestly, when it comes to Christmas, the Victorian era was like the ultimate workshop. It's where they hammered out the holiday we know today, and they did it by changing where it happened, and more importantly, what it even meant. So before the 1800s, Christmas was, well, it was a totally different beast. We're talking loud, public, kind of rowdy. It wasn't about the cozy family home. It was this big community party that could go on for 12 straight days. But then this huge cultural shift happened, and the whole celebration got yanked off the streets and tucked away inside the living room. And that changed everything. And look, this wasn't just about moving the party indoors. Oh no, this was a revolution in emotion. A totally new idea about what Christmas was supposed to feel like started to take hold. And believe me, it changed the holiday forever. This is where we get to this really key idea, Christmas intimacy. Suddenly, the whole point of the holiday wasn't about public feasting anymore. It was about the private expression of love and affection, right there in your own home. It became all about feeling Christmas, really feeling it with the people you love. And you can totally see this new vibe popping up in personal letters from the time. Just listen to this one from 1849. It's all about heart good and happy Christmas meeting and dear friends. This is all about personal joy and these deep emotional connections. I mean, what a powerful, personal thing. It's a universe away from those big, rowdy street parties. Okay, so the home is now the main stage for Christmas, right? And a whole new cast of characters takes their places. But, and this is a big but, for the people living under that same roof, the actual experience of Christmas intimacy, well, it was a tale of two very different Christmases. So for the first time in history, really, children became the absolute, undeniable center of the whole thing. They were put on this pedestal as these little symbols of innocence and joy, the pure spirit of Christmas. And this wasn't just, a cute cultural trend. This was framed as a massive moral and religious shift. You had church leaders directly connecting the meaning of Christmas to this ideal of childhood innocence. The holiday became for the children, and it was about the children. But, and this is so important, this whole magical, kid-focused Christmas was built on the backs of nearly invisible labor. While the kids were upstairs, playing games and opening presents, the servants downstairs were living a completely different reality. For them, Christmas was often the single most exhausting, back-breaking time of the entire year. You can just feel the stress in personal letters, like this one frantic note from 1841. Think about that. While the family is upstairs celebrating their new intimacy, the staff is downstairs literally trying to prevent starvation. It just goes to show you this cherished Christmas intimacy was, well, it was an exclusive club. Now, this intense new focus on family feelings, it wasn't just a social thing. It created a huge business opportunity. A whole new industry basically popped up overnight to sell people the tools they needed to, perform all these wonderful new Christmas emotions. The need to show your family you love them, well, it fueled an absolute explosion in shopping. You can literally watch it accelerate on this timeline. First, you get mass-produced Christmas cards in the 1860s. Then come these huge mail-order catalogs in the 80s. And by the time the new century rolls around, boom, you've got giant full-page newspaper ads for Christmas. And these ads just illustrate the change perfectly. Take a look. Stores like Boots, they weren't just selling stuff anymore. They were selling Xmas gifts. These weren't just products, they were objects marketed as the perfect way to show your love. The gift literally became the message. So Christmas shopping becomes this huge cultural event. I mean, these fancy, glittering window displays basically turned city streets into these magical wonderlands. It was a public ritual designed to pull people in, especially women, as this article points out, to get them into the stores to feed that hunger for the perfect gift. Okay, so what does all this mean for us right now? Well, the Victorians gave us a lot more than just Christmas trees and carols. They handed down this really complex and sometimes contradictory bundle of ideas and expectations that totally still shape our holidays today. Our modern Christmas is a direct descendant of everything we've just talked about. We got the ideal of the perfect family Christmas from them, the focus on childhood magic, and yeah, that super powerful link between giving a gift and showing you care. But we also inherited the stress that comes with it, right? That constant pull between real, genuine feeling and all the pressure to buy, buy, buy. So you see, the story of Christmas isn't finished. The Victorians invented their version, and we are constantly reinventing ours. It's just a great reminder that tradition isn't some dusty old thing set in stone. It's alive, and we're all a part of shaping it. So the real question is, what are we going to invent next? That's all for this explainer.